There are 3 words that describe how I feel about the counseling profession. The first is gratitude. I am so grateful for this profession that really has given me a language and a lens through which to understand my life, my relationships, and the world around me. These are the 12 keys to success. They're illustrated in this rainbow-colored wheel here, and we're going to go through them today. So you'll notice there's essence in magenta, awareness in purple, positivity in yellow. We're going to talk about the importance of self-love, vision, and support, which was one of the most important keys to success. I was the opening keynote for the Maine Counseling Association this past April, and I met a lovely woman who was a school counselor. I was having lunch with her, and she shared with me that she'd worked in the field for many, many years, and she was retiring. And she said the most beautiful thing had recently happened to her. She was at the mall, and a young man that she didn't recognize came up to her, and he said, "Hey, you were my school counselor when I was 9, and you gave me this." And out of his pocket, he pulled a worry stone that she had given him in the session to help him deal with his anxiety. And he said, "I have been carrying this worry stone in my pocket for 15 years as a reminder of everything that you taught me and of the work that we did together. And thank you."
Today I had the opportunity to hear Joyce Marter's keynote presentation at the Alabama Counseling Association conference, and was so impressed with the quality of the information that she brought. I have to say that she's one of the best keynote speakers that I believe we've had at a Counseling Association conference since I've been attending for the past 22 years. Her information was so useful, so practical. I believe I'll be able to go back to my school and put into practice some of the concepts that she brought us, the keys to success. I would really like to go back to our Career Center in my high school and have her keys to success printed and display those in our Career Center, and that's my plan. And I feel like I'll be able to use the handouts that she's left us with my high school students in order to help them look inside themselves and see what areas they can work on to make better choices in their own lives.
I had the pleasure today to hear Joyce, to kind of share her story, and I took away some awesome tools, not only from a business perspective. I took away tools that I can use with my clinicians. I took away tools that I'll be able to use with my supervisees. So if you're looking for someone like Joyce, call her up, have her to come and talk to you, whether it's your company, your organization, your school, your practice. You will not be disappointed at all. I attend several conferences throughout the year, and it's always meaningful for me to have someone that's going to impact me on a personal level. For me, on a personal level, she shared stories that reminded me of my mother, of my father, and of course, of my brother and our relationship. So I thank her so much for sharing her gifts and her talents with us today.
As counselors, we know other people, but it's important for us also to reflect on ourselves. This is a support wheel, this wheel that's going to help you measure your support. So the spokes are different aspects of your support network. Emotional. Who provides you with emotional support? And you would write their names on the little lines there. Who's your social support? Do you get it maybe from a gym, your neighborhood, a book club, a mom's group? Who do you get your community from? Is it from the Alabama Counseling Association? healthcare, financial, significant other, who are your closest friends and family that you can really count on. And again, you would measure how you're doing in these areas by connecting the tick marks and seeing where there's any areas of deficit. This can be really helpful for clients. It can help them promote insight. I've done this in breakout sessions with counselors in some different states. I had a woman from Iowa who completed this, and she realized that her husband was listed on every single petal, but not really many other people. And she was like, oh my, am I taxing this relationship? Am I putting too much stress on him by not having other supporters in my life? I'd like you to think about one client, or maybe it's a student or somebody who you supervised, who you know you really helped. I'd like you to think about them for a moment and consider how your work together may have impacted their life. We are a powerful force of goodness in the world. Let's give ourselves a round of applause and celebrate our successes together. All right. Nice work, nice job. I loved what Leslie said about support being the most important key to success and the opportunity for you all to connect at this conference and gain more support together because we are stronger together. Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. In my experience, I've come to believe that we all really need a personal advisory board and a professional advisory board. I had an opportunity for self-forgiveness recently. I was serving as the president of the Illinois Counseling Association, and we have a really large board. There's about 60 people on the board. And I sent an email to everyone on the board, and I said, come on guys, we've really got to get our ducks in a row for the conference. And the executive director sent an email back to me, and she said, hey Joyce, I think you made a typo. So I looked at it, and I had spelled ducks with an I. Oops. Wow. Aside from losing my parents, one of the most difficult things that I went through was with my business. And there was a time where we hit what I call cash flow hell. So the bigger we got, the more money was outstanding from insurance, and it was really scary. We couldn't pay our bills. Sometimes I was scared we couldn't even pay our therapists, couldn't pay our rent. It was enormously stressful. I had a business partner who I loved. She was one of my best friends, and she quit. She sent an email to the whole staff saying, I just can't take this anymore. It's too much. And half the staff left and took their clients. I was scared. I felt broken open. I was devastated by the loss of Lori as a friend. I felt very alone in the business, and I reached out for support. I practiced humility. Instead of telling people, you know what, I've got this, I started asking for help. And a neighbor told me I needed a business valuation and sent me to his accountant. I handed the accountant my QuickBooks file, and I thought he was going to tell me I needed to file business bankruptcy. But he said, Joyce, your business model works. You just have a cash flow problem because insurance doesn't pay right away, and I can help you. And together with the team at Urban Balance, we turned that ship around, and now it's strong and successful. So we need to hang in there, not throw in the towel. We need to practice that resilience.